Hey guys, the dude from Denmark here. Welcome to episode 4 of Dragon's Maze, the new expansion that's about to come out from Magic the Gathering. More spoilers have been revealed today, so let's check them out. First card I want to show today is the Golgari champion, which is called Varol's the Scar-Striped. It's a 2-2 and costs you 3 mana to cast. Each creature card in your graveyard has scavenged. The scavenge cost is equal to its mana cost. Sacrifice another creature, regenerate Varol's the Scar-Striped. In my opinion, this is by far one of the most, if not the best champion for Dragon's Maze, I think. It costs you only 3 mana and is a 2-2 and can scavenge all your creatures in the graveyard, which means that your graveyard now can be used for scavenged instead of just lying there. And you can sacrifice another creature to regenerate this creature. I really think it's a nice champion, and I think it would be really fun to see how people will make a deck with this. Because you could also make a non-scavenge deck and just have big creatures that doesn't cost you a lot and scavenge those in the graveyards to gain a lot of power for your other creatures. So this I really think this card is really good. Another champion that had been revealed is the Demir one, which is called Mirko Vosk Minddrinker and costs you 5 mana to cast. It got flying and it's a 2-4. Whenever Mirko Vosk Minddrinker deals combat damage to a player, that player reveals cards from the top of his or her library until he or she reveals 4 land cards, then put those cards into his or her graveyard. Yeah, because this wasn't foreseen at all. It's really boring, I think. It's really I just really had hoped that we would get something that supported Cypher really well. Instead we get the typical boring milling thing, which in this case is just really boring. I'm really not to the whole milling thing, so I guess it is a good card. I just really find it really disappointing. I really had hoped for a champion that would support Cypher by maybe making every sorcery to a sorcery spell with Cypher, but it had to cost like 4 mana or something. I don't know if that would have been way too overpowered, but at least that would support Cypher. I really hope that Cypher gets some love in Dragon's Maze, because as of now I think it's kind of bad. It's a green and blue enchantment which costs you 3 mana to cast. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. I think this card is of course really good for the whole evolving thing, since of course you would have a creature with a 1/1 counter, so you could draw a card. So I think this card gives a lot of advantage for the whole 1/1 countering thing. Vod Farm Skeleton is a black and green plant skeleton creature which costs you 4 mana to cast. It can't block and is a 4/1. You can pay 4 mana to put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. You can then return this creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you can only activate this ability anytime you would cast a sorcery spell. This creature is really nice with the Golgari champion, especially because you put top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard, which means that if you had the champion, you would all these cards you put into your graveyard, if they were creatures, they would just come back as scavenged. So I think this is a nice card together with the champion. Obsidat's 8 is a black and white sorcery spell which costs you 5 mana to cast. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I really like how this card says permanent instead of only creatures, which means that everything permanent in your graveyard you could get back, and that includes planeswalkers, which I think is really nice, and only 5 mana for this is really cheap, I think. Sire of Insanity is a 6/4 black and white demon creature which costs you 6 mana to cast. At the beginning of each end step, each player discard his or her hand. This card goes really well with the next card I want to show, which is called Blood Scrivener, which is a 2/1 and costs you 2 mana to cast. It's a black zombie wizard creature, and if you would draw a card while you have no cards in your hand, instead draw 2 cards and lose 1 life. Since Sire of Insanity discard your hand in every end step, I think this Blood Scrivener is really nice, since you get to draw 2 cards and lose 1 life. Of course, you lose 1 life isn't really good, but you could maybe have some lifelink or something. But drawing two cards would be really ahead of your opponent. So I think these 2 cards together would be really fun to make a deck of. Breaking and Entering is a split card where breaking is blue and black, and entering is black and red. The breaking one costs you 2 mana to cast, and it's a sorcery where a target player puts the top 8 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Entering costs you 6 mana to cast, where you can put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You gain haste until end of turn. If you would fuse this, this would cost you 8 mana to do, which might be a lot, but actually would be really good since the opponent loses 8 cards to the graveyard, and then we could only hope that he gets some awesome creatures that you could control and get onto the battlefield to attack with. So I think it's a nice split card. Another split card is Armored and Dangerous, where Armored is a red sorcery spell which costs you 2 mana to cast. Target creature gets +1/+1 and double strike until end of turn. Dangerous is a green sorcery spell which costs you 4 mana to cast. All creatures able to block target creature do this turn. Whether you choose to fuse this split card or not, both sorceries are real nice, I think. And I really think if you paid the 6 mana for this would be really annoying. Another split card I want to show you is Turn and Burn, where Turn is a blue instant card which costs you 3 mana to cast. Target creature loses all abilities and become a 0/1 red weird creature until end of turn. Burn is a red instant which costs you 2 mana to cast. Burn deals 2 damage to target creature or player. I really think this split card is really awesome, especially because it doesn't really cost you a lot to fuse, and can really win a game for you, since a high creature with a lot of power and so on can be turned into a 0/1, and then you can burn it. So I really think it's a nice split card. Stopper is a black and red instant card which costs you 3 mana to cast. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain. When this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Trasjani's Semana is a green and white elf shaman creature which costs you 7 mana to cast. It's a 1/1, and when this creature enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance, a 3/3 green centaur creature token, and a 4/4 green rhino creature token with trample onto the battlefield. At first this creature seems to cost way too much mana, but if you think about it, you get a 1/1 creature, a 2/2 knight creature with vigilance, a 3/3 centaur creature, and a 4/4 green creature with trample onto the battlefield. That's really good, I think, and in general I really think that this guild is going to be really annoying in Dragon's Maze, and also with the populate mechanic and so on. So this creature is really nice and really annoying for the opponent. The third today is called Sutar Ancient, which is a green and red beast creature which costs you 5 mana to cast. It's a 7/5, and whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana to his or her mana pool of any type that land produced. A 7/5 for only 5 mana, which doesn't really have that big of a drawback, I think, is really nice. I'm really excited for this card, and I don't think the drawback is that dangerous for you. That was the cards I wanted to show you today. I hope you liked this episode of Dragon's Maze Spoilers. You can leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think of the cards we have seen so far in the blog in general. Whenever there are new spoilers coming out, I'll be making a video, so if you're interested in this, you can subscribe. Until next time, have fun guys.